Again, all over sacred scripture, we hear of the heights of Zion, or the importance of Jerusalem. And one of the Psalms talks about it as the true pole of the earth. Like drawing this image of Mount Fuji or Mount Everest or Mount St. Helens, like this lonely, tall mountain that stands above everything else. And I need you to know that Jerusalem is built on a hill, and rather not of that all that impressive a hill. But the idea was always that the spiritual significance of the city was much greater than its actual material or temporal significance. It's not the biggest city in the world. Even Solomon's temple was not the largest temple. It maybe not even the most well-ornamented temple. But it stood as the most important temple because it was the only temple in the whole world whose deity was real. Jerusalem is not the most important city in the world by temporal standards. But if we're going to look at the place that held together the spiritual nature of the whole universe for several hundred years, that was Jerusalem. And now it is broken out of Jerusalem in the church. Not Rome, although that is significant and important. Certainly not Jerusalem. Not the Holy Land, not Italy, not the United States. Not Great Britain, not France, or any of the other great hearths of Catholicism. But instead over the whole world, universal, according to the whole. Now the church is everywhere. In her people, not in a building. In rituals, not in places. And yet, there's still a case to be made that we, temporally, not the most important. But spiritually, of the most profound importance. And even us here, we may be small. But mighty things can come out of small things. If we would put in the prayer. Pope Francis established the feast of Mary, the Mother of the Church, to follow the feast of Pentecost. Many consider Pentecost to be the birthday of the church. I say it that way because there are other competing claims by equally good theologians at other moments of the beginning of the church, and I ain't getting that in battle. But that's why Pope Francis put it on this day. Also, it fits in the paradigm. Our Lady of Sorrows follows the triumph of the cross. The miraculous heart follows the Sacred Heart. This is just another one. Pentecost, Mother of the Church. So, Mary is given to us as our mother. Leader, guide, but also caretaker. The practice, ancient now, of entrusting yourself to Our Lady, most recently instantiated in the consecration to Our Lady, 33 days to morning glory, but part of a much older tradition, is to turn to Our Lady and entrust everything to her. The good, the bad, the ugly. Because from heaven, she sees more than we do. Filled with that grace, she knows more than we do. So, entrust yourself to her.